Hi, I'm the honest reviewer. I make sure your movies are fine. Well, we're talking about another fanfic, and guess what? It sucks. I mean, what did you expect? But this time it's a different type of fanfic. It's a Land Before Time crossover with Godzilla. Yes, you heard that right. But it's not by Huey Lewis. Oh no, this one is by Zilla145. And yeah, we're gonna just skip to chapter 2 because chapter 1 is just a default chapter. It doesn't really contribute that much to the story. All it says is that Godzilla goes back in time, and that's it. And it's not that bad. But chapter 2, that is the chapter that really sucks, and that's gonna be what we're talking about. So get your Godzilla plushies and let's take a look at Land Before Time: Godzilla Returns. Chapter 2. Friend or foe? Brick Valley. A young Apatosaurus was running through the valley, and his name was Littlefoot. He was chasing his 6 friends, Sarah, Ducky, Spike, Petrie, Ruby, and Chomper, and his adopted brother, Shorty. "I'm almost got you, Shorty," said Littlefoot. "You got to get me first, bro," said Shorty. When Littlefoot almost caught up to his brother, he tripped over a log. "Told you could not get me. I just tripped. It's getting late, guys. I think we should be heading home," said Ron. Meanwhile, at the big water, aka the ocean, a presence was starting to wake up. When he rose to the surface, the surrounding looked not like it did when he fought King Ghidorah. He decided to take a stroll on the beach of this new land. Unknown to Godzilla, he had an opponent that he just fought hours ago, but from a different time. Littlefoot and Shorty arrived at their sleeping area with their grandparents and father. "Dad, why did you have us come back? It is early," said Shorty. "I just have a bad feeling that something is going to happen." And suddenly a roar was heard throughout the valley. "What was that?" said Littlefoot. Shorty got scared and ran to his grandmother. It was hard for anyone to sleep with the loud roar continuing. The following day, when everyone met, it was different because most of them were now scared because of the roar. "Did you guys hear that mean roar last night?" said Ducky. "Yeah, it sounded more mean than a roar of a regular sharp tooth, and it sounded like the roar was wondering where he was at this time," said Chomper. "Hey, let's got to the big waters," said Shorty. "Wait, what? That would be nice to go down there. At least sharp teeth don't like the water, and besides, they are in the mysterious beyond." "What the fuck do you mean?" Okay, first of all, any of us who have watched Land Before Time know, in fact, that the ocean and beach were in the mysterious beyond. The fact that you just said that makes you an idiot. At that moment, above the skies in space, King Ghidorah was starting to enter the Earth's atmosphere. Meanwhile, at the big water, everyone was playing when 2 more friends showed up. They were Allie and Rhett. "Hey guys, how are you doing?" said Allie. "We're all okay. We're just all tired," said Shorty. They all decided to play in the water, but before Allie went to Littlefoot, called over to her. "Allie, can you come here?" "Yeah, Littlefoot, what is it?" "There is something I have been waiting to tell you ever since you came back." "What is it?" "I don't know how to put it, but I love you." "You love me?" said Allie. "Yes, I wanted to tell you before, but I did not know how you would react." "Does this answer your question?" she said before she kissed him. Oh god, okay, you're moving too fast, man. I mean, not only do they just appear out of nowhere, but Littlefoot just admits his love to her out of nowhere? That is terrible writing if I ever saw one. When Allie and Littlefoot came back, the grown-ups were there also. "Dad, what are you doing here?" said Littlefoot. "We just wanted to come down to the big water." Suddenly the wind started to blow very hard, and they were all wondering where this wind was coming from. Then they all looked up and saw this thing flying towards them. "What is that?" said Allie. It seems too big to be a flyer, said Petrie. Suddenly, the flying creature increased its speed and was moving closer to them. Run! He's coming straight for us, shouted Grandpa Longneck. Suddenly, the creature landed and roared at them. Littlefoot looked up at him and shouted, This flyer has 3 heads! This flyer is very big. It is, said Ducky. That is when they all noticed the sharp teeth. It's a big, vine sharp teeth, said Petrie. King Ghidorah, a.k.a. the flying sharp tooth, was lowering its head to try and bite everyone. Move! Shouted Ron. When everyone tried to move out of the way, Allie tripped over a rock and was buried under the sand. Allie! Littlefoot said as he ran towards her. Ron turned around and saw his son running back. Littlefoot, get back here! I have to help Allie, Dad! When Littlefoot got to Allie, they both managed to get away from one of Ghidorah's heads, but another one was coming right at them. Everyone screamed because they thought that they were not going to make it. Yet suddenly, a light appeared in the big water, and a blue light shot out and hit the 3-headed shark tooth. Okay, can you just please just keep calling him King Ghidorah and stop calling him a 3-headed shark tooth? Allie and Littlefoot looked up to see that he was in pain, and he was hurt. No shit. That gave them the time to get back to the group. What was that? Said Ruby. I don't know, Ruby, said Chomper. Suddenly they saw a tail come out of the water. Then what looked like to be the black place of a spiked tail came out. The head appeared and it roared. That is the roaring we heard last night, said Storty. So he's the one who kept us awake, said Sarah. Ah, it's another big sharp tooth, shouted Petrie. King Ghidorah flew in the air and fired its gravity beams at Godzilla and hit him in the chest. Look, he shoots skylight from his mouth, said Littlefoot. Godzilla fell back into the water with a loud splash. King Ghidorah turned his attention back to the group of dinosaurs. He's coming back, said Petrie. Godzilla was getting back up, taking the effect of Ghidorah's gravity beam. And then he saw King Ghidorah getting ready to attack again. When King Ghidorah was getting ready to fire his gravity beams at the dinosaurs, Godzilla ran towards and shielded them with his own body. When the attack collided and hit Godzilla in the back, he roared in pain. Grandpa, look, said Littlefoot. Littlefoot's grandpa looked up and saw that Godzilla was protecting them from the attack. Why is he doing this? Maybe because he wants to eat us, said Mr. Three-Horn. Godzilla turned around, still protecting the group, and he fired his atomic heat ray at Ghidorah's gravity beam, and the 2 attacks collided. But Godzilla won out in the end, and the attack hit King Ghidorah directly in the chest, and he flew away in pain. Godzilla roared triumphantly before collapsing on the ground. He doesn't look like any sharp teeth I've ever seen, said Chomper. But why is he so big, said Petrie. I don't know, said Grandma Longneck. Maybe we can explain, said 2 voices simultaneously. Everyone turned around and saw 2 young twin Longnecks. Well, that's everything. And yes, there's no Chapter 3 to torture you all with again. Like I said, this one sucks. Sure, Chapter 1 was okay, but that's just because it was a default chapter and didn't really say much. This, on the other hand, sucks. It's choppy, it makes no sense, it's very, very rushed. Well, tune in for the next video where I explain all my thoughts on this band.